A lot of agents are struggling with their confidence right now. So I went back to the time in my career where I was struggling too. And it wasn't for a short amount of time. It was a good chunk of time. And by the way, this is called normal when you're trying something new and learning, or even when there's a market shift or something changes, getting your confidence disrupted or even having your production go backwards and getting in a rut, it's called normal, right? So for me, it was back in 2009 to 2014. This was my first 5 years in real estate. I was trying so hard. I was teaching at the time. I was trying to make it work. And I had done 17 deals in that 5-year time span. It's not terrible, right? That's about 3.25 deals a year, which if we're looking at National Association of Realtor statistics, the average agent sells about 4 homes a year. So that was pretty close to average, a little below. But diving in even closer, I had only taken 2 listings. So out of those 17 deals, 15 were buyers, right? So what was the shift? I wanted to bring myself back to that place and kind of share with you what that shift was. And for me, it was a few things. One, I changed my frame. I changed my mindset, the way I looked at things. In those early years, I thought I knew everything. My ego was big. I didn't think I needed help from anyone else. I thought I can do this with my work ethic and I can figure this out on my own. It was at this point in 2014, I finally let my guard down and allowed others to help me. I sought out mentors and coaches and grateful that people shared with me. They held me accountable, right? So that was the first step. So after I found the right people, after I found the folks that were doing what I wanted to do and found the ones that were willing to share, I then took their advice and used it. I completely flipped how I approached the business. Instead of 15 buyers to 2 listings, I went ahead and sold 546 properties over the next 8.5 years. I completely flipped the script. 105 of them were buyers. So now over 80% of my business was listings oriented. This was a complete mindset shift, right? Compared to just chasing buyers. That approach gets you 3, 4, 5 deals a year. Attacking listings the right way gets you the 60 plus sales a year and freedom of time to keep doing that and press repeat. So that was the first step. The next step was I had to get uncomfortable. I made a post the other day on social media. In the past 8.5 years, I talked to 42,333 people. We already talked about the fact that I sold 546 homes. That means 41,787 people told me no. I had to be okay with that. I had to learn as I went. I had to get uncomfortable. I was told no, and continue to this day, by the way, to be told no 98.8% of the time. Okay? That number can be overwhelming, but I wanted to share it because I wanted agents to know what to expect. I didn't want them to give up too early. If you have 100, 200, 300, 500 no's, that is way too soon to give up. You are on the right track. You are learning. You have to give it a chance. So let's dive into this number a little bit more. Bear with me. It's only a few more minutes. Okay? That number seems really big and scary on paper if you're looking at it from a totality. But let's break it down. That's 8.5 years, right? So that's 4,980 contacts a year. That number's still pretty scary, right? Now, over that time, I work about 235 days a year. Most weekends are off. Most nights are off. I go on 4 weeks vacation, 1 April vacation, summer vacation, a fall and a winter vacation with my family, right? So we're taking 4 weeks off. That leaves 235 work days a year. So if we look at that number, we divide it by 235, here's the magic number. 21 contacts a day. When we look at it from that perspective, it becomes way more achievable. And if we go ahead and attach a 3-hour time block to our schedule each day, that's plenty of time to make those 21 contacts. Now the challenge is most agents refuse to time block and allow interruptions to get in the way of that time block. So they're constantly playing catch up. So the other critical part, if we're asking what changed from here to here, is I had other people helping me stay consistent to that number. I had people I had to check in with each day and who wanted me to succeed and who wouldn't let me off the hook if I was trying to skip out. That accountability is what kept me on pace and developed the muscle of consistency. You don't have to be born with discipline or consistency. When you start to do this every day, you create a habit for your body that over the course of a year or 2 years, all of a sudden, you don't need as much accountability. You can start doing it on your own. If you have any questions on any of this, I want it to be as detailed as possible. Now more than ever, your plan matters. With all the validity in the real estate market, all the national news and the NAR settlements, your plan, your strategy, it matters. I'm always happy to talk.